You gotta choose.
From beautiful South Florida, there's a look at Hard Rock Stadium in Miami. Tonight, we've got a great Sunday night matchup between the Pittsburgh Steelers and the Miami Dolphins. Getting toward the halfway point of the NFL season, Week 7 is underway on EA Sports. Austin elects to bring this out of the end zone. And he's able to get this across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down officially at the 21. They'll start on the ground here on first down. Oh, he's got some breathing room. And all the way down to the 39. A huge play there right off the bat. 41 yards on the ground. Well, welcome to the party. First carry of the game. How about that?
And just think, as far as he's concerned, he's just getting warmed up.
Now Trubisky on first down. And that's going to be caught. Jalen Hurd. And he's brought down at the 19 after a gain of 19. First down in the red zone. So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20. Now a handoff to Chandler. And out of bounds all the way down at the 3. 57 yards rushing for him now as he has gotten the night off to a hot start. So back-to-back big runs, picking apart this defense on the opening drive.
I thought this was a passing league. I thought this was the era we were in where the ball was always in the air, right?
They didn't get the memo.
And they didn't get the memo, and I know this to be true. Offensive linemen still, to this day, they want to run the football. They want to fire out and hit people across the line of scrimmage, and they're clearing space.
Now Trubisky to throw. Now a diving catch made just beyond the line of scrimmage. He'll get only 2 there, and it's 2nd and goal.
Maximum effort, partner. Minimal gain.
Yeah, minimal gain. Looked good, though. Extra bulk up front for 2nd and inches. 3 tight ends. Chandler will score. Touchdown, Steelers. Everybody in the stadium knew what they were going to do right there, CD. 3 tight ends on the field, all that extra bulk, and they run it in.
And you saw where that one went, right? You run it over your best blocker. I can just see the head coach right now. I want to run this one over the big boy. And they got it done.
Footing always a concern, but the extra point's up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. So after the touchdown, here's Blankenship kicking off. Noah Igbenogany from his end zone. And tackled at the 21-yard line, so a net negative there of 4 yards. Tagovailoa and the Dolphins come up 1st and 10 at their own 21. On play action, they'll throw. Sliding out of the pocket. Oh, he's going to take a shot right away. And he fires one that's intercepted. The safety, Terrell Edmonds, picks it. So Charles already down 7-0 early. They opt to take a shot there on the first play of scrimmage, but that plan backfires.
That feels a little bit like last week's loss lingering into this game, doesn't it? You know, you're down 7 already. You lost last week. It's almost like they were trying to get it all back in one shot, trying to take a big chunk play right out of the gate.
The tackle made by Landon Roberts. When we talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot, he had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place.
And in for the Steelers touchdown. DJ Chark. first touchdown on the year. And the Steelers are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Extra point by Blankenship is up and good. And it's now 14-0. So after the touchdown, here's Blankenship kicking off. Igbenogany going to take it out of the end zone. And they'll get him down right around the 25, actually the 26 officially, so a net gain of 1 there. First down Miami as they get set to start the drive. Now, Charles, it's kind of gut check time. Look, I know it's early, first quarter, just their second drive of the game, but they've already thrown the interception, given up the score. You're down double digits. They got to figure out. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And all the way in for a Miami touchdown. Raheem Mostert, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Dolphins are able to strike quickly here as they are in for 6. Extra point up and good by Sanders, and that'll make our score 14-7. Austin elects to bring this out of the end zone, and no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. Well, this offense looks like they have a little extra pep in their step as they take the field here for drive number 3, because remember, Charles, drives 1 and 2 both ended in the... And now this is intercepted. My goodness. Picked off by Eric Rowe. And the Dolphins are going to take possession of the football. And looky there, Charles, just acquired, already making an impact on the defensive side of the football.
Maybe not a superstar, but he does a few things well, and I think they'll emphasize that in his new role with this team.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. After the turnover, it's Tua. Throw left side here, complete to the tight end, Gesicki. And he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. Throwing again on 2nd down. Tua. Pressure comes, and the Steelers take him down. So now after the sack, Tua and the Dolphins staring at a 3rd and long. Going to the air, Tagovailoa. Thrown across his body, and it's intercepted. The safety, Terrell Edmonds, picks it. And the Steelers are going to take possession of the football. 3 tight ends in the ball game here on 1st and 10. And not the first quarter that he was hoping for. Now 2 interceptions thrown.
Well, the good ones, they find a way to compartmentalize, right? Put these behind them, have that short memory, but understand why they threw the 2 interceptions. They go on and usually play a pretty decent game. Other quarterbacks, they have a hard time getting past it and often put the ball up for grabs the rest of the ball game.
Here's Chandler on 2nd down. And he'll get it down on the play to the 37. 70 yards rushing for him now on just 6 carries to this point. Counter play. Here's Chandler. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. 12 yards that time, and a Pittsburgh first. One thing's for sure, this defense has to figure out how to stop the ground game. He's eating them up here in the first quarter.
It looks like they have to go to different forces, aren't they? The conventional things aren't working too well. So I remember a coach of mine saying way back when a back's having a great game, you've got to get the ball out of his hands. See how far he can run without the ball. And what he meant was takeaways, knock it loose, because maybe you can't just stop him with just regular tackling.
And you get the sense, as I'm sure they got the sense, they might have picked up a good one here, maybe a little diamond in the rough via trade.
Maybe just need a change in scenery, a new city, maybe different motivation, but they believe they've got a good one.
It's a jet sweep. Trubisky pops it forward. He will push his way down to about the 14. A nice play design there with the touch pass. Looked good at the start, but bottom line, the defense was ready.
And they did a nice job scouting, didn't they? Not just scouting, but now executing once they saw the play for real after having worked on it all week in practice. They drilled on the play, then they drilled him.
On 2nd and 9, Trubisky flush to his right. And I think the ball's out, and that will get out of bounds. Lucky there. They keep possession inside the 5. Thankfully for the offense, a fortuitous bounce there on the fumble goes out of bounds because they're down here in the red zone. You don't want to lose one there.
You don't want to lose one, and the best part, because it went out of bounds, they retained possession, still have an opportunity to put points on the board.
Meanwhile, on 3rd down, they take a shot at the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Well, anytime he reads man coverage, I don't think it's going to be the only time he'll try and hit that route to the outside in this game. He'll test the perimeter, but that time, they were up to the challenge.
Fourth down, here's Trubisky. Got his man, it's caught for a Steelers touchdown. DJ Chark with his 2nd touchdown in this opening quarter. And the Steelers' decision to go for it pays off with 6 points. Extra point by Blankenship is up and good, and it's now 21-7. So after the touchdown, here's Blankenship kicking off. This fielded right at the goal line. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And 2 interceptions thrown here in this first half. You hear it, no matter the sport, they say the great athletes, they can kind of have a short-term memory, but that's easier said than done.
It is easier said than done, but I played with a guy who threw 2 interceptions in the first quarter of a really big game we were playing.
Johnny Unitas?
And no, not quite of that level and not of that age. But I remember
I was going for the age.
I remember looking over at him, and he was smiling. And I thought, what is he smiling about? It's because he had enough confidence in himself that that was a fluke. And he went out and played pretty well the rest of the day. They're bringing a lot of pressure here already in the first quarter. Already sacked him once. Now they get in there and knock another one away. You think maybe that Tucker rule being gone makes defenses a lot bolder?
Yes, indeed. That time, lucky that the arm was going forward. Incomplete pass. Throwing is Tagovailoa on 3rd down here. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. A pretty wild first quarter. 21-7, our score. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Tua going to throw. He'll hit Mostert again here. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. 2 first downs have him up near midfield now on 1st and 10. This will be caught. It's Waddle. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30.
Well, every lineman knows the rule. You only get a 1-yard buffer beyond that line of scrimmage, and then the flag is thrown, and he got tagged for it there.
Ready, set. 51 to Mike. I got it. 6, mega.
Again, they will throw it with Tagovailoa. That one caught by Tyreek Hill. And they'll get this down to the 42-yard line. A good down to possibly take a shot. And, in fact, they'll come up with an empty backfield on 2nd and inches. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
As his old brain remembers, when I see 5 wide receivers on the field as a defender, I know the ball's coming out hot. They expected it and got there and popped it free.
Play number 7 coming on this drive. It's 3rd and inches.
55, Mike, 55. tackle. That cut.
They'll try and run here with Mostert.
They'll be marked inches short. No gain on the play, and that's going to lead them to 4th down. Remember, that was less than a yard. That was not a full yard. That defense, they were having none of it.
Yeah, the surge the offensive line was seeking actually occurred on the other side of the ball. They reestablished the line of scrimmage and stuffed them.
They'll try it now with Mostert.
And he will have a 1st down as they get him to the ground at the 37. A solid pickup of 5 and a very solid 4th down conversion. And defensively, pure frustration.
So the 4th down conversion has him inside the 40 now, 1st and 10.
From the gun, it's Tua. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
The Dolphins at 2-4 here in the first half of the year. And they come into this one knowing it's been a while since they've had a W. They have dropped 4 in a row.
Let me tell you, when you go a month, partner, in this league without a victory, it gets tough to come to work every day. And in addition, you start to wonder about your job security as well.
And this a leaping effort, but it's knocked away and incomplete.
So another incompletion there. He's hitting on fewer than half his pass attempts in this one, and that is not a winning formula.
Yeah, so let's make sure we give a little bit of credit to the defense here. They've given him a lot to think about, a lot of different looks, and he seems a little bit confused trying to complete passes.
Here's Tagovailoa to throw. He is going to find Hill here. 2 minutes gone by, second quarter. Inside the red zone here. They'll look to throw. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
This is certainly a team that has proven it likes to target its backs through the air, and defensively, they were aware of that and certainly were prepared on that throw.
Tua going to tap this forward on the jet sweep.
And he's able to get this inside the 10 now to the 9. The offense on 3rd down tonight, they've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This time they face a 3rd and 2. And down he goes. Pressure gets him back at the 14.
Already down 2 scores. They're going to go for this rather than settle for 3.
They're going for it. Here's Tua with it. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted.
And the Steelers are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And thus far, the weather has not slowed this offense down one bit. They've looked good so far in the first half.
They certainly have. And think back to our meeting with the head coach. And we asked him, because we saw the forecast for this game, didn't we? We said, hey, have you prepared for this? And he talked about the different drills that they've done in adverse conditions, the wet ball drills, things of that nature. He said, I don't think it's going to slow us down much. We tend to handle it pretty well, and he's been right.
On 1st down, Trubisky. And the Dolphins rush gets home. Down he goes. Bradley Chubb doing what he does best, getting that sack.
2nd and 21. A lot of ground to cover.
They'll bring a receiver in motion right. To try again after the sack. Trubisky. He finds his man complete. It's Chandler. And he is brought down, but not before reaching the 30. Getting it to him in space pays off big time. That winds up going for 31. So the big play has him all the way down to the 30 now for 1st and 10. A short gain here, maybe a yard to the 29.
Christian Wilkins there defensively for the stop.
And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. A quick throw complete to Chark.
And they're going to get this down inside the 20.
Talk about a big first half. Already has the 2 touchdowns, adding to his receiving total there and picking up the first down.
He's coming off the line so fast. I think he's intimidating the defensive backs with his explosiveness, and he's chipping away at their confidence.
And he's in. Touchdown.
Ty Chandler, his 5th rushing touchdown now on the year. And the Steelers have moved out in front by 3 touchdowns. Extra point by Blankenship is up and good.
And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21.
So after the touchdown, here's Blankenship kicking off. Igbenogany going to take it out of the end zone. And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21.
First down Miami as they get set to start the drive.
As the offense comes out here, Charles, remember they threw the interception last time out, but they were moving the football down the field. Looked like they were going to have a sustained drive that ended in points, but then the pick ensued.
And because of that, there's no way you can call.
That's caught at the 25. And all the way in for a Miami touchdown. Tyreek Hill, 78 yards.
And the Dolphins get a bit closer.
Extra point up and good by Sanders. And that cuts the lead to 28-14. Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick.
Austin elects to bring this out of the end zone. And they will wrangle him down a couple yards shy of the 30.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive.
And not an abundance of time remains on the clock, Charles, but you would think more than enough to try to extend this lead before intermission.
And when you're talking about extending the lead, I think you're talking about aiming for the end zone because there is plenty of time for that. The fallback is to get 3. But in your mind, you put 6 on the board right before the half. That's a heck of a dagger and great momentum to carry into the locker room.
From the 35 on second down, Trubisky.
And that'll fall incomplete. He was hit just as he let that go. And now it's 3rd down.
After the incompletion, here now, 3rd and 2.
Now Chandler. And good running there as he'll take this all the way up to midfield.
Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. From midfield now, here's Trubisky.
That's complete to his tight end, Freiermuth.
A big play there just before halftime. 42 yards.
I'm seeing a lot of guys shaking their heads on defense right now, particularly in the secondary. And when you see that going on, that is never a good sign. But it's understandable. They've been shredded so far.
Flushed out right. He'll get just a yard on the scramble. It's second down.
They made a nice effort to stick him with a loss for that play, but it's going to take more than that to keep him from advancing the ball. Should be an entertaining battle anytime he tucks and runs over the second half of this contest.
The line of scrimmage, the 7 now on second and goal.
They run it with Chandler.
And he's going to go down in the field of play. So they say no to the field goal try. And now time has run out on this first half. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the third quarter. Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half.
And he'll be brought down at the 28-yard line, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone gets him 3 more. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. This offense, Charles, had a strong first half throwing the football, at least in terms of yardage, but that hasn't translated so far on the scoreboard as they begin the third quarter here, trailing and looking for a little momentum.
Yeah, you're right about that.
And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception.